Hi, it's Tiffany here. Today I want to talk to y'all about a problem that maybe all of you don't encounter or deal with, but some of you might. And that's when you're on, if you use Chrome as your browser, and Chrome is the circle with the green, red, yellow, and the blue dot in the middle. If you use Chrome to get on the, internet and use that as your browser, sometimes when you go to log in to a website or something, you might have trouble, especially if you have more than one username and password for that website. It's like Chrome has trouble sorting out the difference between this username and password and that username and password, and it just gets clogged up. So today what I want to show you is how to do that without clearing all your browsing data. Okay, so see up here where the URL is? Let me click it one more time so you can know what I'm doing. There are these three dots, okay, up to the far right hand corner, and I'm going to want you to click those and go down to settings. So we're going to click settings. It's going to pull up our settings. Okay, so we're going to want to scroll down, and we want to go to advanced. All right, and then it'll give us a little more options. Now, a lot of times when you're having trouble logging in, some people want to clear all their browsing data. That is a little bit more of a nuclear option. When you clear all your browsing data, then you're going to have to relog back into everything. Like when you get on your computer right now and you go to Facebook, it knows who you are, and that's part of your browsing data. It knows who you are, and you've had it save your password for this or save your password for that. So you really don't want to clear all your browsing data. That, like I said, is a little bit of a nuclear option. Instead, let's go to content settings. Now, sometimes you can have this problem with more than just one website, any website that you log in on. Okay, and the one at the top is cookies, and that's where we want to go to. All right, so cookies. Now, cookies are those things that websites have that remember part of your information. Okay, so we're going to scroll down a little bit. This says all cookies and site data, and see how there's a little search bar here? Okay, this is where you're going to type in part of the name of the website you're having trouble with. So like I was having trouble with a Coldwell Banker site. It just kept on not remembering my, it was the Coldwell Banker SSK site that I was on a little while ago. So these are all the cookies that I have from different Coldwell Banker sites. Here's the blog, all right, CBX, just ColdwellBanker.com, Coldwell Banker Real Estate, Coldwell Banker SSK. Okay, now this is where I was having my problem. Okay, so all I have to do is clear the cookies. Okay, you just hit this little trash can and it just clears the cookies for that one thing. Okay, here's Coldwell Banker SSK.com. That was, and I went in and did it and fixed it, and now, it saved more cookies again, and that's fine. But sometimes, whether you're having trouble logging on with MLS or you're having trouble getting a page to reload correctly and you don't understand why, well, if you're in Chrome, this is a way to see if you can clear the data for just the site on just that one web page instead of clearing all your data out. You don't want to do that. That's a little bit extreme. So, and you don't have to do everything. Like just type the simple part of the website. You don't need to type everything out. You don't need to, then scroll through, what's listed and clear the thing just for those, sites that are giving you problems. Okay. That may not solve everything, but there's a possibility it will. So I want you to check that out. And if you have problems, like I said, this is mainly affects people who use Chrome. So if you use Firefox or Mozilla or something else, this may not ever even be a problem for you. This affects people who use Chrome. This is how to clear your cookies without clearing all your browsing data at once. You can go in individually and clear single cookies from exact websites, okay? And that is really helpful. So let's just go through it one more time so you know exactly where we went after we went to settings, okay? So from here, we went to settings. Settings pulls up this page. We scrolled down, okay? We hit advance. Under advance, the next to last option is content settings. We went there. first option is cookies. We went there. And then we scrolled down again. And this is where we typed in the website that we were kind of having trouble logging into. Okay. So I hope that helps. Sometimes that can be an issue when you're trying to log into a site and you can't, and you know you got your password right, and it's just being frustrating. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.